On first down, they hand off to Marlon Mack. Huge hole, 50-yard line. He's at the 40, still going near sideline. He's at the 10. He's at the 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Marlon Mack. Touchdown, I-N-D-Y. And again, it's picked off. It's Darius Leonard. Leonard with his second INT, and he's streaking down the near sideline. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's going to go. A pick six for the Maniac.
Horseshoe is back, baby. The horseshoe is back.
What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another Bring the Juice Colts podcast live stream. Really glad to be here with you guys again today. Glad you guys come out and enjoy a little bit of a chit chat. We're going to go for this a little shorter than normal, probably go like an hour today. But guys, we're going into week 4 now. The Colts are going to Chicago to face the Bears this upcoming week. And the Colts took care of business this last week. They did what Colts fans were really hoping they would do. So let's talk about it a little bit, guys. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on this week. Some things going on with, camp and injuries and what we expect going into this week, guys. Let's talk about it. Let's see. Take a couple comments here. Yo, guys, what's up? Sorry I haven't been in the streams a lot lately. Been bombarded with tests and exams. You're all good, Justin. I get it. I get how that is. What's up, FaZe? How you doing, bro? Matthew Stansberry, what is up? A loyal member of the stream. Matthew, I haven't seen you much. I haven't seen you much over the last few streams, man. I know you were in the post-game stream with Cody and Jacob, but I haven't seen you in a while, man. What up, Matthew? How you doing, man? What are you doing? Chris Maker, my friend. What's up, Chris? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Been waiting 45 minutes. Man, you've been waiting a while for this then, man, for real. That's crazy. Oh, snap. Breaking news, Tony Jefferson. Yeah, we're probably going to talk about that here in a little bit. Hey, Michigan Wolverines, you already know what to do, man. Juice hype, y'all. Absolutely, Matthew. Good to have you in here, man. You're always our hype machine in here. Before I get into any more comments, guys, what do you guys think here? What are we talking about when it comes to we're talking about some injuries. Obviously we know Michael Pittman's not going to be in the roster for a while. How long that'll actually be, we don't know 100% yet, but reports were saying he should be back by week 8, which is great. We certainly could use him at that time. And let's see, Nyheim Hines was on the list today. I got to look it up. I got to make sure I look it up because I want to make sure I get this right. I know Nyheim Hines was on it. Now let's go to the Colts Twitter page because I saw it beforehand. Here it is. Geesh, what the heck? All right, there we go. All right, there we go. Now we got it. Yeah, so Pittman, obviously. Hines, obviously, was a limited participant today with a shoulder. I'm not 100% sure what exactly that would mean for him. Didn't keep him out of the game last week for any time being, so probably isn't anything serious. Probably just precautionary. And at least it's good news. Rock Ya-Sin is back, at least in practice a little bit. Said that he said it's just with his illness. I'm not 100% sure exactly what it was yet. Nobody really said anything yet. So we'll have to see how that goes, guys. Obviously, we'll see in a couple days what exactly that will mean for them. But, it's weird to see Hines on there for sure. Let's see here. What up, Sea Dogs? How you doing, man? How you doing? Lots of roster moves today. Yeah, obviously that defensive tackle we got from the Cowboys. Tony Jefferson was hosted today. So obviously that's important. And, obviously the news about Trey Burton and Sheldon Day. Sheldon Day and Trey Burton were back at practice today. So that obviously is very good. Get some of that defensive line depth even bigger now. And Trey Burton coming back is even better. So our tight ends are getting healthier and healthier now, which is great. I'm glad to hear about it. What's the X factor for the Colts to win in Chicago? It's just about consistency. The same thing we've been seeing. We just got to continue to do it because, this Chicago team is pretty good. I mean, they are 3-0 for a reason. They are figuring things out pretty well. So it's gonna be a lot. But we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But consistency is the main factor. What's up, Tristan? How you doing, man? Duran Curry, what's up? Just working. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I can't do the live stuff during the games unless I'm home on my good setup. I got you, Matthew. I agree with you. I got you. Hey, Derek, it's me. What's up, man? How you doing? Hines with a shoulder. Yeah, we were just talking about that. What's good, Juice Heads? Devin Church, another loyal member of the stream. What's up, Devin? How you doing, man? Why are you wearing a shirt that says Falcons? It's the BG Falcons, all right? It's the BG Falcons. It's not the Atlanta Falcons. It's not the Atlanta Falcons, all right? Let's get that straight. I'll miss Pittman, but I like Fountain in his place. Yeah, I mean, I like Pittman, obviously, over most receivers on our roster because he not only has the ability to catch, but he has the great run blocking ability that a lot of other receivers on this team don't do. But yes, I like Fountain. I was really happy for him. I was really freaking happy for him. I mean, it's one of those things that I enjoyed his story so much. I'm just a big fan of his. And I'm really glad he finally got to see the field, finally got to make some plays. What was it, 2 catches for 23 yards? Pretty good first day, I'll say. Next man up, plus creative use of current roster, plus possible trade / free agent. Yeah, it's very true. Do you think Trey and Rock will play? Not 100% sure on Rock. And not sure 100% on Trey. Give me a second here. Devin Church with the $5 super chat. Here, have some juice. I'm feeling supportive today. Thank you, Devin Church. Again, I love you, man. Very much appreciated for the $5 super chat. Very nice of you, man. You already do so much as is for the podcast, man. This next week, I'm going to have to get a hold of you so that way I can get a Zoom call with you, man. I'll have to do that because obviously that's part of our members thing for you. So I'll have to get that for you. It's just been a weird week scheduling wise, and I'm just dealing with a little bit. It's got my head all over the place, but I'll make sure to get to you, man. I promise. But thanks, man. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, back to Duran here. Do you think Trey will play and Rock will play? Still not 100% sure on either one, to be honest. It's good to see Rock is back. If I had to put my money on it, I'd probably say that Rock would play before Trey, to be honest. Fountain was 100% catch per targets. Yep, very true. Derek, man, I've been doing tests. I'm in 7th grade, man. 2 months, 13 here, man. Yeah, I feel that, man. I feel it. Why does Ballard keep collecting defensive tackles? You got to keep collecting those defensive tackles, man. You got to be prepared in case you start losing some guys. Injuries happen, and we've seen kind of that happen over time, and you can never have enough collection of good defensive tackles and defensive linemen. Can never have enough. And it's just like with corners. You can't have enough of them. My prediction, the Colts win 26-20. All right. I'm okay with that. I don't even think the Colts will win by a lot. I just want them to win, honestly. Colts defense plays like they did versus the Jets in Chicago and goes to Cleveland and dominates. I think this defense is 100% the real deal. Yeah, be sure to go check out, guys, the video that Cody put up just yesterday about whether or not the defense is real. I think he had Kevin with him. Your guys are going to like the video that I posted or am going to get posted here later. That'll mess with some people pretty good. I think it's going to be funny. I think it's going to be 27-13. Bears kicker misses extra point. Very nice. Counting down the days till we trample the Bears. Good to see you, Matthew. Hey, I'm counting the days too, man. I love Naheem Hines. It reminds me of a more versatile Donald Brown. Yeah, he is a much more versatile Donald Brown, really. He does play that way. Key to win, stronger run blocking up front. Absolutely, Matthew. That's another big factor with today is that, this Bears defense, has a lot of talent up on that front four. And honestly, they lost a couple of their linebackers, which has me thinking like, that this defense can actually take a hold of if they get into the second level. But yeah, that front four is difficult. But this is the comment I wanted to show. Bears allowed like 5.2 yards a carry or something a play last week. Guys know that the Bears are actually 17th in the NFL right now in yards per carry in the NFL right now. They're like 17th in rush defense. They're actually not that great. They're average right now. So, that might actually be something we need to take advantage of. Fitty Rap, what's up, dude? How we doing, fellas? Fitty Rap, how you doing, my man? Pressure on Foles. At least Reich knows Foles' weaknesses. He absolutely does. He absolutely does. What's up, bros? Russell Mills Farms, how you doing, man? I could see us dropping this one. We got to play in the Windy City against Foles. I mean, again, I'm not too worried about Foles. That's not an issue for me. I know that people say, oh, he threw for 3 touchdowns and like in 2.5 quarters against the or 2 quarters against the Falcons, but Falcons defense sucks. The Falcons defense sucks. I mean, they could easily do that in a dome. I mean, it's going to be about who's the stronger team up front on both ends. And, it is about getting pressure on Foles because I don't know about Allen Robinson. I like Allen Robinson, but I don't know like if he's going to be that guy against us. We have to get consistent pressure on Foles for sure. Game plan, run the ball first because Bears pass defense has been pretty good so far. Yeah, it has. And we're definitely going to have to take advantage of the run defense for sure. I mean, that's something that has to get better. What's the problem with the D-line not wrapping up? Darnold was getting away plenty last week. He got away a lot in that second drive. That was bad. But he wasn't getting away from pressure all day like that second drive did. Yes, he did have some and Darnold's an escape artist too. Darnold's not a small guy. It is difficult, but it's one of those things that I'm sure the defensive line coach and obviously Eberflus will address with the defensive line that when you get your hands on that quarterback, man, you can't let go. You cannot let go. We'll have to see what happens. Finally got to catch a live stream. This show is amazing. Hey, Ray Rice, Elevator Service. Oh, man, that is a weird name, but thanks for being in here, man. You think we should go out and offer a veteran's minimum to Dez Bryant? Maybe like get Quincy Anunwe, Ryan Grant or somebody? Or do you think this injured starting 3 is good enough? Let's see. We got T.Y., you obviously have Zach Pascal, very reliable. Darius Fountain, Ashton Doolin, maybe Desmond Patman and Marcus Johnson's available. I wouldn't even take my chances with Dez Bryant. Anunwe, I would actually take a chance on. Veteran minimal for Quincy. I actually like him. I think that would be actually a pretty decent amount. Take him to church, Devin. Devin Church. Be sure to show some love by hitting the smash button and sharing the stream with friends and social media. Hey, Matthew knows what's up. Guys, let's like the stream, guys. It's really, really awesome what we were able to do Sunday. We got a new member, Jared, and we got a whole bunch of donations from you guys. It was really fun. It was a great live stream Sunday. I heard a lot of you guys say you enjoyed it. I'm going to try to do that again Sunday. Just depends. And we'll see what happens. But it was fun nonetheless. And, you know, if you guys want to hit the like button, please do. And if you guys aren't subscribed yet, for anyone that's not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do so. We're 5 away from 3,400 right now. So we're going up the ladder. And if you guys want to become members or potentially become members, just be sure to hit that join button. I mean, you know, it's a great opportunity to be a part of this community, and it allows us to help give back for you guys being supportive. So we appreciate it. I just don't have any money. I want to be a member. I'm just broke. You're good, Tristan. You're good, ma'am. I'm not telling you have to, ma'am. You're all good. You definitely, you being here, being the mod that we know you are and helping us out and just being supportive of us, just being a friend in the chat is enough, man. We appreciate guys like you. You're all good, man. Want to see Isaiah Rodgers get more burn. Kid can play. Yeah, he's getting a couple chances, but hasn't had a chance to do much yet. Dude, you're good. You know, you'll get me when you have time. I respect and understand you have a lot on your plate between podcasting and real life. Take your time, but appreciate you, Devin. Thank you. Don't sweat that, Tristan. Being here comes first. Obviously. Let's see. And the new James Madison guy is fast for pressure. Yeah, absolutely. Does Nick Foles worry you at all? A little bit. Nick Foles is a good quarterback. I don't think he has a lot of the big play potential. At least he didn't until he had like a really good offensive-minded coach. I think he does possess the necessary skills to, you know, be a very good quarterback at times. Obviously, when we played him against Jacksonville back in 2019, when he was the starter, he won. He lost 33-13 against us. He had some decent stats, though. He threw for 66 completion percentage, had 290 yards, and I think it was, I don't know how many interceptions he threw, but you know, he was getting yards. He was moving the ball a little bit down the field, but he just never put it together completely. You know, it was kind of like what Darnold did. You know, Darnold had a couple good drives. They just weren't able to put them together in the end. I mean, that's what this Colts defense does. We are way more prepared than the Bears. I believe so. I think the Colts are going to be very prepared for this week. I think they are. I think they know that what's at stake here against the Bears, and I think you're going to see a different team right now. Defense is getting super overrated right now. A lot of trouble wrapping up behind the line. I don't necessarily agree with that. We don't know if they're overrated or not. They've been playing very well against teams that, you know, the two teams that, you know, for one, Vikings have a very good offense. And I mean, I know the Jets are garbage right now. I get it. But I mean, that defense still did well against the Jets. So I don't say they're overrated. Just certain people saying that this defense is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I don't agree with saying that either. But I mean, obviously we want to be excited for the fact that this defense actually looks pretty decent right now. Tristan, being here is a lot more support than you realize, man. And you're in here every stream. That's huge support. Absolutely, Tristan. Absolutely. David Montgomery didn't have a very good week last week, and they lost Tariq Cohen. Yeah, they lost their basically they lost their Nyheim Hines. You know, that's what Tariq Cohen is. Not saying he's as good as Nyheim Hines, but that's just the way Tariq Cohen plays. And David Montgomery's good. I just don't know that Bears offensive line's nothing special. So, do you think Taylor's vision will improve sooner than later? I don't know how long it's going to take for Jonathan Taylor's vision to get better. I don't know. It's just a matter of how quick does he actually get used to it. I mean, it's just all a matter of getting used to how the NFL, just getting used to how the NFL running game works. It's just a matter of knowing it. and he's still got some time. He's just going to have to figure it out. But I do think at some point this season, he's going to get much better with it. Oh, yeah. Mo Alley Cox has been huge this week, man. Bears defense has been allowing 5 yards of carry in the last 3 games. Yeah, that's where the Colts need to take advantage of. Defense doesn't look as strong as we have been saying. Can't tread lightly on a 3-0 Bears who have had a tougher schedule than us thus far. That much tougher, though? Hold on. I just want to see this. I want to see this. Hold on. I want to see the schedule. I want to see this. A tougher schedule. Okay, they faced a couple teams that at least have some wins, but I mean, come on. They faced the Lions the first week. I know the Lions just beat the Cardinals. I get that. But I mean, the Lions are still not amazing. And they beat them week 1. And they barely beat them, too. They barely beat them. They barely beat the Giants 17-13. Okay, at home, they barely beat the Giants of all teams. And also, they just barely beat the Falcons. Okay, I know the Foles is now there, but I mean, but they were about to lose that game, man. They still gave up 26 points. They've had not that much harder of a schedule. It's not been that much more difficult than our schedule. Each week, JT has been improving his yards per. Yeah, absolutely. He's definitely been doing that. Really, he threw for 5 touchdowns. 1 was dropped, and the other was a horrible call. Does Frank Reich's relationship and knowledge of Nick Foles give us any advantageous positioning in this game, in your opinion? Well, I mean, they definitely do understand, the weaknesses that some quarterbacks have. That's a great thing about a coach. Is when you have a quarterback I don't know if y'all just lost complete connection on me. I don't know how long that happened, but all right, I think I'm back. Let me know if I'm back. Anyone? Yeah, I know I just lost audio. You guys, yay, nay, what do we got? Hello. Hello. Are we back? Am I good? Am I back? Okay. No, I didn't accidentally hit the mute button. It was it was StreamYard again that did that. I don't know why it does that to me, like, sometimes. I don't understand why it does that, but whatever. We'll move on. Yeah, Nick Foles won't move out of the pocket, guys like Sam Darnold. No way. Love the signing of Carter. Nice, powerful defensive end. Really helps with the absence of Toure. Yeah, we still don't even have freaking Toure. That's what's crazy part about it. Yeah, I think the Bears' 2 big weak spots are their O-line and secondary, but they have some weapons and can put the hurt on you. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they got so many weapons on defense that, they have some small stuff that's, that makes it a few weaknesses for them, especially on the O-line, but they still got some good plays, though. Tony Jefferson would be a solid fit here. He was good in Baltimore before his injury. I agree. Hey, Kelvin Beatty, another member. What's up, dude? Appreciate the donations that you gave us Sunday, man. Very appreciative of you, man. I really appreciated that. Cody appreciated that. Thank you for being a loyal member, Kelvin. Very much appreciate you, man. Ran straight through his, the ghost ran straight through his weak ass arm tackle. Yeah, totally. Aaron, I don't believe so. Nick Sirianni already mentioned that Mo Alley Cox has made enough plays that you're saying there's no way you can take away what he's done. Obviously, there's going to be some plays where he's not in because Trey Burton will be able to help you in some other things. It mixes things up. But no way do I expect Mo Alley Cox to just become the third wheel. No way. With what he's been doing recently, the Colts will continue to use him as probably the number one tight end right now. Yeah, I feel bad for Pierre, though, too. He had to cover Hilton on a couple plays for sure. For sure, Jets are still a pro team, and scoring 2 pick sixes and a safety in one match is not easy. That's what I tried telling y'all. Guys, the Colts have scored just as many points on defense the last 2 weeks as they've given up points. They gave up 11 against Minnesota and gave up only 7 against the Jets. They have 18 points worth of points from their defense. I mean, come on. Hot take. Bears give up a 40 burger to the Colts. Defense forces 2 more turnovers, 1 a pick 6. I mean, wow. That'd be crazy. I mean, Tavon has been playing well. Yes, he has. Tavon Wilson's been playing very well. They don't really have much on Burton. I wouldn't be surprised if they schemed him up a lot. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's funny because Burton's going back to Chicago. I don't know if I don't know how much we'll see him. Can you see Danny Pinter catching a TD this year? Possibly. I think that the Colts could figure something out for that. I do agree. I think he can. Pagano's utilizing similar defense that the Colts ran in 2013-14, but with better players. That's about right. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. The Bears are 1 drop pass away from 2-1, and anyone playing Atlanta is a free dub. Then they almost let the Giants come back after having a 17-0 lead. That's what I was trying to tell y'all. And Mitch Trubisky in that game, he had 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions in that game. But obviously Trubisky's not there anymore, so. And the Saquon-less Giants at that, yes. The reason that Foles looks so good is because he came in ready to play and he wasn't scouted for by the Falcons. He wasn't. He makes different decisions. Okay, make sure. Yeah, make sure we're good here. A bad QB rating. They also put up 181 rushing yards versus Titans with a 175-yard game by Jefferson, yet we get 0 credit. That's what I was saying to people. That's what I just said in my hold your horses argument. I mentioned that. In there, okay? That Jefferson had 7 catches for 175 yards. Dalvin Cook had 181 rushing yards on 20 rushes. And yet we're being told the Vikings are trash. Yeah, their record says they're trash, but their offense has been insane. Their offense has been putting up really good numbers. Besides the Colts game, they put up really good numbers against the Packers. They put up really good numbers against the Titans. Their defense is just trash. I want to see Defoe check a lineman again. I want to see that too. Nick is a pocket passer, and our D-line feasts on pocket passers. Foles can move, but not as good as Darnold, Cousins, or Minshew. I agree. Reese Mountain is going to go off. I get a prenomination this morning. 5+ catches, 100 yards, and 2 TDs. Go Colts. Oh, my gosh. If he has that, we're getting him on the podcast next week. I assume our linebackers will be covering 92-year-old Jimmy Graham. Yeah, that shouldn't be an issue. We need to strike fear into Foles early. Historically, he's had trouble if he doesn't get into a rhythm early on. I agree. And that's the great thing about it. You want to try to continue to try to make sure you're getting the advantage on people quickly. Because ultimately, if you have the advantage early, you can set things in your precedent for future reference. They have a soft linebacker core minus Mac, and our TEs will go off. I look for Mo to have another good game. Yeah, that's where I was saying that I think the Colts could have an advantage here, is that, I know the run game hasn't been great for the Indianapolis Colts as recently, and I know the defensive line is much better for the Bears than what we've probably been used to, but guys, don't forget, the Jets loaded the box last week. They loaded that crap, man. They put every man they could in there. I don't see Chicago doing that. And this offensive line in the middle has been pretty solid in regards to, and Mark Lewinsky right now looks like a completely different lineman. He actually looks really good this year, which is surprising. Looks really, really good and everything. He looks like outside of Nelson and Kelly, I think Lewinsky so far has looked like the best lineman overall outside of those two. So it's been really good. So I think that, the linebackers for Chicago, didn't they get rid of two of them? They used to have Leonard Floyd, and he's gone. He was a really good run-stopping linebacker because he was fast. He was quick. I think the Colts, if they can get to the second level, they're going to they're going to take advantage because these tight ends are going to make it easy for them. If Fountain or Pascal start performing, do you see them taking over the starting spot over Pittman when he comes back? No, because I think that, Pascal's a little different. Pascal's a little different because Pascal is a run blocking receiver at heart. And he can catch the ball as well. So Pascal's different. He's on that level already. Fountain, I don't know yet. I've not seen enough of that yet, but I would say that, it could make things interesting, but Pittman's just such a aggressive, dominative run blocking receiver that I just don't see it happening. Yeah, it did get a little tougher with the Bears having Foles. Yeah, definitely. Yes, the Jets could beat USC. Rhodes and Carey pickups making Ballard genius bubble up again. Yeah, it really is. I mean, people were like, why would you get Xavier Rhodes? He's old. He's trash. He's washed. He just doesn't look the same. And, our buddy Zach Hicks, he's been a big critic. He's been a big critic of TJ Carey. And TJ Carey's looked really good for Indianapolis. He's looked really good through the first couple weeks. I like what I see out of him. Oh, is Raekwon Smith questionable? I didn't see that. That would definitely be cool, though, if he is out. Delron Carter to 53-man roster. Who snaps will he take? Lewis, Muhammad, Banagu. Probably a little more of Lewis. Not sure, though. Watch, everyone will talk about how bad the Bears are if the Colts beat them. Mark my words. Absolutely. Because it's never about giving the Colts credit. It's always just about making the argument on everyone else worse. That's it. Chris, unfortunately, that's the league for you. I think once we beat Cleveland, Pittsburgh, etc., then we'll get some juice. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And if we get some pressure on the Baltimore Ravens, too. Especially if Julian Blackmon has an amazing game. Yeah, I've been impressed with Julian Blackmon for the first couple weeks. The kid's been a stud. And not to mention, like, he's still dealing with that rehabbed injury. I mean, good Lord, he's been awesome. I don't know if we will beat Pittsburgh now. Honestly, I thought they were overhyped coming into the year, but damn, Big Ben proved me wrong. Even Ebron's making big plays over there. They might be number one AFC North. They might potentially be. I don't know about Ebron making all big plays everywhere, but yeah, that defense is for real, though. Their defense is for real. Mo will have good games from here on out. Dude is just huge compared to the coverage personnel, and Rivers knows how to get it to the big fellas. Absolutely. Anthony Walker will destroy Jimmy Graham in coverage probably if he covers him. It'll probably be Okereke that takes the majority of those. Okereke was the one that is taking the majority of his snaps. Hey, Jake McLean with a $5 super chat. What's up, my man? It's going to be a good game this Sunday on my birthday, by the way. Colts win 24-21. Jake, I hope you'll be able to spend part of your birthday with us, but if you're not able to, absolutely awesome. Thank you for the $5 super chat and happy early birthday to you, Jake McLean, one of our favorite guys. We've had him on the podcast before. Thank you, Jake. That's very thoughtful of you, man. Thank you. Man, that pass to TY was perfect, right on the money. Rivers can really throw, and I'd like to see more deep balls. Yeah, I want to see more deep balls too. I think Rivers has a better arm than what a lot of people give him credit for, and he puts it on the money, man. He puts a lot of those on the money. You know, guys, that he's actually number one in completion percentage. Phillip Rivers is number one in completion percentage. Even with the drops, a few of the drops. I mean, he's still number one. I mean, seriously. I thought Carey would be run defense help only, but he's doing favors in coverage. Yeah, I mean, for real, he is. Yeah, I know, but I mean, here's the thing, though. It's all about it's one of those things where they didn't have Big Ben last year, and their offense is a little different this year with Big Ben actually moving. To be honest, Xavier Rhodes' second pick was man-to-man concept, and Rhodes dropped back into flat coverage that gave him that pick. Had that guy ran over the middle instead of an out route, that'd have been an easy touchdown. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, TJ Carey's been solid in both coverage and as a tackler. Yeah, I totally agree. Busted coverage by Rhodes costed us week 1, 2. He gave up that fourth quarter TD. Whenever he starts playing more to the script, then we can see his true potential, but he's still playing pretty well. Yeah, I mean, he's been really good over the last 2 weeks. He seems to have finally figured out the scheme a little bit. Seems to have finally figured out what he wants. One thing to remember about the run game last week is the Jets actually have a good D-line. So like you've said, I wouldn't overreact about Taylor's stats on Sunday. Yeah, I wouldn't either. And you know, Taylor's stats are not going to be what we anticipate until he actually gets acquainted with how to run in between the tackles and how he's able to actually find the correct hole. Once he starts doing that, then yeah, we'll be fine. And people do underestimate that Jets defensive line. They actually got some decent playmakers on there, and they were loading the box, like I said. He's averaged 8.9 QBR when passing to Carey? I don't know, but that's crazy. All the major sports broadcasts talking about Foles and Bears and almost zero about the Colts defense. Yep, that's just how it is, man. My B-Day is the 13th, so I might have to slide through to the Bengals game, the 18th in Indy. Fitty Rap, please do. I'm going to the game. Please Please come. Dude, I want to meet you. I want to meet you in person, man. That'd be pretty cool. Hey, Derek, how did those wings turn out? They looked super fat and super tasty. Yeah. Oh, dude, those wings last night. Oh, my gosh. Absolute deliciousness. Guys, there's something different about when you put meat on a smoker. It's different. It's so much different. The meat is always better, especially when you get the outside of that wing seared and nice and crispy. God, it was so good, dude. I was loving last night. We game plan well against good teams. As long as we don't beat ourselves, we can beat any team. I agree. We are starting to open up the deep ball. Watch. Early season makes teams think you're all about the run, and then boom, late season 4 TD games by Rivers. It's possible. And the funny thing is, like, did you guys see how much more comfortable Rivers looked in the pocket last week? I mean, he was stepping up in the pocket. He was holding on to the ball a little longer, going through his reads. He was throwing some darts, too, some pretty decent darts. I mean, Phillip Rivers looks like he's starting to finally figure out his rhythm a little more. I think Hines has a field day. He'll play in that slot role, too. I certainly hope so. The Raiders said TJ Carey was the best corner for a little while with Khalil, I believe. Very interesting. It was fair to be skeptical about Rhodes and Carey, but every player plays different on different teams. You obviously love to see them start off hot here, but the criticism was fair. I agree, Gloria Shots. I agree, bro. I absolutely agree. Live video in the Colts stadium. That's pretty funny. I would love to do that. But I would love to be able to go to Lucas Oil Stadium and be in one of their radio booths and do a live broadcast. I'd love to do a radio thing with them, or even on live broadcasting. I don't even care. I would love to do that stuff, dude. That would be a dream come true, to be able to do anything in that stadium. That would be sick, dude. I mean, I was up in the press box of Ford Field for a college football game once, the MAC championship. It's really cool up there. It really is. I'd love to be doing that stuff. So does this mean Fountain will be the number 2 wide receiver? I don't think he can play much in the F position, so they'll probably have to keep Pascal in the slot and play Fountain across from Hilton, right? Yeah, probably, at least for a while. That would make sense. And, Darius Fountain showed he can get open and make catches. So, I mean, he certainly looked like he could do that. And I don't know about putting Pascal in the slot, though. He could play that role, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Sometimes a change of scenery is good for a player, a.k.a. Rhodes. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Rhodes came into a situation where it was a fresh start for him, new place, new opportunity to play. He's back with his old coach, too, his old defensive backs coach. So having that familiarity at a new location, it makes you feel more comfortable knowing that you have someone on the inside that you can trust. Who shows up against with Pittman on a shelf for a bit. With Rivers on this other line, he's not going to shy on airing it out against Chicago despite his history. Yeah, it's very interesting. I hope Hilton continues to have more and more touches. We could see a lot more passes go to the tight ends this week, especially if Trey Burton is going back. And Jack Doyle's fully healthy. We could see the tight ends getting into it a lot this week. Oh, super appreciate you guys sharing my tweet, by the way. I got a lot more traction than I thought it would. Anytime, Chris. What's up, brother? Colts are hanging in there, showing some amazing potential. Lumpy King, Nick, what is good, my brother? How you doing, man? Yeah, Colts are hanging in there. They answered the critics wrong, and they answered them, and they proved them wrong. You know, this Colts team can do some good damage. Obviously, it's been against some bad teams from time to time, but you know, the Colts are doing what they got to do, and hopefully they do better. Certainly better than your Cowboys, that's for certain. Fountain or Pascal will get Pittman's touches. Yeah, I agree. I want to see Hines and the slot speedy guy. Yeah, I agree. I would want to see Hines in there a little bit. I wouldn't mind that. And just think, y'all, people and Colts fans were bashing the Rivers signing. I'm telling y'all, that's what I was saying. And that's what you guys are going to love about my Hold the Horses segment. It's going to be like that. I was bashing everyone that said that. I said, give it some time. And Rivers has been outstanding. If Rhodes, Moore, and Carey continue to play at this level or better, is cornerback still a need for the Colts? Yes, absolutely. It still is a need. I think the Colts need to continue to build on that foundation there because you know Rhodes isn't going to be there forever. And TJ Carey's just depth. Kenny Moore obviously being there. Kenny Moore is the guy, right? But you need to continue to build that corner group for sure. Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm nervous too, Jared. I am nervous too. I'm always nervous for a Colts game. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. I'm always just nervous. I'm worried about our passing attack this weekend. I don't think we can run the ball down the Bears' throat. It will be a close one. Love the pod. Go Colts from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Hey, Eric, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you being in here. Thank you for the support. And I think you're actually as respectful as can be. I think you're slightly wrong on this one because the Bears have been giving up 5 yards a carry against the teams they've been playing so far. I think the Colts can do it, especially since this will be the best offensive line the Bears have had to face yet this year. I get that their defensive line is good, but they're not as dominant up front as they were last year. This game is a must-win statement game, even though it shouldn't be. Yeah, I don't think it would be. It's not a must-win, but it's a glorious win if they do. It's a glorious win if they do, because then it just kind of gets a few people to shut up about, you know, this Colts potential. It's kind of what it is. The Colts showed up and dominated 2 bad teams. That's the literal mark of a good team. Good teams are supposed to do that. Absolutely. And I wouldn't even say that the Vikings are trash. I mean, the Vikings certainly aren't playing the greatest right now, but they have good things. Derek, did you know Antoine Bethea and Darius Leonard recently started a podcast on YouTube called The Man to Man Pod? They have Kenny Moore on there today, and they do a Q&A live streams on Mondays. Yeah, I did see that. I'll have to check that out at some point. That'll be pretty cool to check that out. I definitely enjoyed Darius Butler and his time in Indy, and same with Antoine Bethea, 2 of my favorite coverage guys. I'll have to check out that podcast at some point. Maybe we can potentially get on there. Who knows? I don't get the worries about Taylor. He's a rookie back that has had no preseason. He's looking better than I expected he would. Yeah, that's the point. He's not had much time to prepare, you know, and I think he's going to get better. You know, he's just going to have to continue to learn. And these first 4 games are his preseason. You know, probably won't be till midway through the season until he starts looking better. Ashton Doolin got some playing time on offense also last week. Maybe he can possibly get a few plays and catches. I agree. I think Doolin will get some chances. It's going to be strange, man. Too bad Trubisky isn't starting. Yeah, that's all of Colts Nation wishing that. I think the Colts will load up on tight ends, run the ball, long drives, eat up clock time. Trust in that defense. We just have to be patient and about that deep game. Yeah, I totally agree. T.Y. needs to see more targets this week. I agree. 100%, Chuck, I agree with you. T.Y. started to look a little bit like himself last week, just didn't get all the targets. You know, he had 3 targets. He had 3 catches for 52 yards, and every single one of those targets ended up being a first down. Do you foresee the NFL of allowing the COVID opt-out players a chance to come back? Would be great to get Tell back. Big mistake of his opting out. No, that they're not going to do that. Absolutely not going to do that. They already did the arguments on that. It's a recognition win more than anything. I absolutely agree. Yeah, Quentin Nelson going to have his hands full with Akeem Hicks. Yeah, that interior offensive line is going to have an issue with Akeem Hicks. Akeem Hicks is a bad boy. That dude can play. That dude can ball. And ironically, he's actually he's actually been their best pass rusher, believe it or not. He's actually had their most sacks. He's actually does really well in that regard. So, yeah, I totally agree with you. If we sign a Tony Jefferson, could Blackman move to play a little corner? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. But you never know, but I doubt he plays corner. How about the backup defense playing for? It looked good against get starters of the Jets. Yeah, I mean, they had some backups in, and they were getting some pressure, and Tavon Wilson looked really good, and you know, it was good to see some of those guys getting some time, you know. On paper, the Colts DBs are better than the Bears wide receivers. Our D-line beats their O-line. Our O-line is probably even or better than their D-line. Okay, cornerbacks. By paper, which is never how it works, Colts win. I agree, Chris. I was wanting to say this looking like Chuck Liddell. Screen passes for Hines with blockers in front should slow down the Bears' pass rushers. I agree. The Colts just need to get the ball out quick. It's all about getting the ball out quick. You want to occasionally take a deep bomb down. You want to occasionally throw a deep bomb to a guy, but don't mess with that D-line. Just get the ball out of your hands quickly. What's up, Van? How you doing, bro? Probably going to get off here in about 10 minutes, guys. So any questions that you have left for me, ask. And also, guys, for anyone that wants to know, right after this stream is up, our video, my Hold Your Horses video, just showed up. It just showed up. Be sure to go show it some love and be sure to watch it. I think a couple of you will get triggered, and most of you will probably laugh because you're thinking the same thing I am. So just let me know. I do miss Marlon. His vision was so on point, and the screen game for him was solid too. Going to miss him. I agree, Michigan Wolverines. It really does stink because, you know, people are always saying, oh, you know, this team doesn't need Marlon Mack. They can move without him. Well, I mean, you look at what the run game has done so far without him, it just doesn't look the same, at least not right now. Marlon Mack just had such good vision. It's hard to just sit here and say, it's just hard to say, oh, you know, well, he's just one player. Well, he was good at what he did. Score prediction. I'll probably change this, but 23-20 Colts. 23-21 Colts, or 23-20 Colts. No matter what, it's always already be alluded to. We have to pressure Foles. We beat him in Jacksonville. Reich knows him. We can do this. I'm out, y'all. I'll try to see if I can get to that Bengals game, though. Right now, I don't have tickets or a ride. So, well, Fitty Rap, if you're on the way, bro, I might potentially be able to get you. But if you're on the way, and, you know, tickets are relatively cheap right now if you get the nosebleeds. I just don't know how many of them are left, though. I'll check out your Hold Your Horses segment after work. Appreciate you, Chris. If we draft 7 wide receivers next year, how many will survive until the end of the season? It'd probably be like 2. Probably 2 of them, maybe. 1 or 2. How excited should we get if the Colts destroy Chicago? If the Colts destroyed Chicago, then the Colts should be very happy with themselves because they just beat a good team. You know, Chicago is a good team, regardless of what anyone says. And that's another thing, too. I want to remind the 55 people that are in here that many people at the start of this season for the Vikings had them going to the playoffs. People had the Vikings going to the playoffs at the start of the year. Without Stephon Diggs and without these other guys, they had them going to the playoffs, and the Colts shut that down. That's got to make you feel some type of way, doesn't it? Oh, frick, we got a Jags fan in here. Lack of execution, man. We'll beat y'all in week 17, though. I promise you that. We're definitely destroying y'all in week 17. I'm just saying. All right. I think that's probably going to do it for this one, guys. I know it was a short stream, but yeah, I got some stuff I got to get done. I brought home a bunch of stuff from my parents the other day, so I got to unpack and move some stuff around in the apartment. But thank you all so much again for tuning in. Thank you to the 60 people we had in here at one point. You guys are awesome. Thank you again for the support. Again, if you guys want to potentially become a member, be sure to just click on our YouTube channel and click that join button. See if you want to potentially do that. Thank you all again so much for listening. Very much appreciated. And as always, go Colts.